officials, Andy Van Helleman, Kevin Collins, and Ron Finn. And the goaltenders tonight. It's M-O-O-G. It's Moog as in Vogue, and he has been in vogue for Edmonton of late. And down on the other end, the veteran, Billy Smith. So, Mickey and Dick, do you have a moment?
I'm wondering, Mickey, if you can see anything that might happen right off the bat. We saw the Oilers on top of the Canadians right from the drop of the puck in every game in that series. What about here?
Well, we got Big Dave Semenko starting on the left side on the Gretzky line in place of Callaghan, playing against Mike Bossy, so we might watch for that kind of matchup all night long. I think there's going to be a lot of hitting in this series. We'll know right off the bat, I believe.
Well, the feeling seemed to be that Dave Hunter would check Bossy. Of course, that can all change now with the line juggling. Here we go, Danny.
Okay, Dick, it's Bourne, Trottier, and Bossy on. The Islanders come in over the line. Curry going to the corner. He's number 17. He's centered it. The Islanders keep it in there. It rolls into the corner. The Islanders starting out. It's Captain Potvin down to the line. Flips that left wing pass to Bourne. He was bodied there. It comes in front. It was Siltanen who bodied Bourne. Now the great one, Gretzky in over the line, slides it in there. It's loose, there's a shot, and it was blocked in front of Trottier. Another shot, and a big save by Smith. Great scoring opportunity there for the Oilers. Now they're coming back. It's cleared back into the center ice area. That was Anderson who took that shot from near the point. It was right on, the best scoring opportunity in the game so far. Edmonton coming out. Over on the right side to Hagman. Messier is trying to get clear to the other side. It stopped at the line. Now Hagman right out in front. And the shot blocked. And the Islanders clear it down. A very fine and aggressive start for the Edmontonians. They headman that puck, the Islanders do, and they're offside.
Well, this is the night the quarterfinals start around the National Hockey League. And on our broadcast, we will be bringing you the goals as they are scored in the game in Philadelphia between the Flyers and the Calgary Flames. The Rangers, the other New York team, in St. Louis. Minnesota playing in Buffalo. All of the quarterfinals, best-of-7 series beginning tonight.
So it is a Howard on with Merrick and Nystrom. They started to make that change. Let's see, will they change again? They're pouring new players from the Islanders bench on the far side. And we have Bourne back with Trottier and Bossy. Curry, number 17, or Curry. Gretzky is at the center from the Islanders line. LaRiviere cleared it over. Gretzky flipped it in. Callaghan, who had come out on left wing, he goes to the bench. The Oilers making more changes, and here's Trottier coming down. He cleared it in. Moog watches it carefully. In behind the net. Here is Coffey. Out over the line. At center. Clearing it into Islanders territory. Pearson to the side of the net. Langevin ahead to Gillies off the boards into the center ice area. Oilers break it up. They circle at center, led by Lumley. Over to Callaghan. There's the shot, and they rattle that one off Pearson's knee. Gillies clearing it. It's back in over the line. Now Pearson lays it to the far side. Marini was on there just long enough to touch the puck. So Arbor doing some quick changing on the fly, and there's an offside. No score in this hockey game. 2 minutes and 34 seconds have been played. The Islanders take Gillies into the center ice area. Goring cleared it in, and again, a quick change for the Islanders. And they hold it into the boards. I see they had Bossy out with that line.
Well, they're playing musical lines, Mickey. And Bossy was on, and Hunter, who didn't start, jumped on. Semenko left. Obviously, the pattern's clear. Sather wants to get his guy against Bossy, and likewise Arbor against Gretzky.
Yeah, I think they're going to have Hunter on Bossy, and already they've been out there one shift at the same time, and Hunter took 3 runs at Bossy and took the body with him. But I'll bet you we've had 75 or 80 players on the ice in the first 3 minutes. They've been just coming out and going right back to the bench again.
Lorimer is on now with McEwen. We have and Nystrom for the Islanders. There's McEwen. A shot, and he whistled that one. It was just wide. Messier. Hagman. They come to the line. The other forward trailing there for Edmonton, Anderson. He does not penetrate. But you have Messier and Hagman moving in. Now the Islanders are coming out into the center ice area. Here's Nystrom cutting right in on goal. He scores!
Well, Mickey, here it is, and the checking disappeared on that right side.
Well, this is a result. Sometimes you get a little bit over anxious. You're trying to run at them and take the body too much. They left Nystrom all alone. The left defenseman came across. You'll see right there, Coffey, or I believe it's Hicks, came across to try and take the puck carrier. Left the winger, Nystrom, all alone. He walked in and slipped it between the pads of Andy Moog.
First of the playoffs for number 23, Nystrom. The assist to number
So the play is on again.
Number 16, Mike McEwen.
There's McEwen. He just passed it. He got an assist. There's Nystrom along the boards. Vogelin broke it up. Anderson, who had an outstanding series against Montreal, fades to that left side. It's knocked down by Lorimer. Lorimer winds up, drifts that shot. Moog clearing it to the other side. The Islanders are on it. McEwen shooting it, and he's wide by 4 or 5 feet. Lorimer laying it up on the left side. 1-0 for the Islanders, and they scored. And I would think, despite the goal, up to that point, Edmonton seemed to be the better team. They had the better scoring opportunities. Now Gretzky into the center ice area. Gretzky with that move, cleared it in there. Behind the net, they center it. And it is Bourne up on the left side. Trottier takes a look for Bossy, who cuts into the center ice area. Now Bossy is digging into the corner against LaRiviere. And there are a couple of penalties coming up.
Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island. Building, it ended with a goal by Bob Nystrom. And here we are starting this one.
He's an enormous competitor in the playoffs.
Always around the net for the big important goals as well.
So the teams are at 5 aside. Now Gretzky on the boards, back to LaRiviere. Here's Coffey, a very fine rushing defenseman. Good forechecking by the Islanders. Now over on the other side, Morrow to Potvin. The Islanders have the Oilers hemmed in front of the crease it comes. There's Tonelli in front of the net with LaRiviere.
Mickey, it's the first time the Oilers have been behind in the playoffs. Canadians
sure.
never got the lead on them.
I think it'll be interesting to see how Andy Moog reacts. Against the Canadians, of course, he came up with all the big stops in all 3 games. Islanders right now putting an awful lot of pressure on the 4-on-4 situation, but I'd like to see now how Moog reacts after the goal being scored so quickly, and if he can continue his fantastic play.
Well, he put on quite a show. Certainly, as we look at Al Arbor, back of the Islanders bench, he coached his team to their 2nd regular season championship in the last 3 years. The Islanders coming from behind, as it were, and finishing with 110 points to beat out the Blues.
So the face-off will be to the left of Moog. Merrick and Nystrom up front. Anderson along with Messier for Edmonton. Now Hicks gives it to Siltanen. Back to Hicks on the left side. He slides it into the corner. Racing in there is Messier. He took McEwen in on the boards rather heavily. Now Merrick is down on the left wing. He jammed it in there. There's Lorimer. He's bumped by Hicks. In behind the net, it goes to the other side. And the Oilers starting out, having difficulty against Nystrom. Nystrom with Merrick. Here's Nystrom going in. He passed it back over the other side. McEwen shoots it. Pile up in front. The goalie Moog was down there. I think the whistle had gone before that shot came in.
And Moog may be injured. I don't know. Van Helleman looked at him and blew the whistle. Now checks with him. But young Andy says, I'm okay, and the faceoff will come outside the line. Here's a look at it again.
Oh, you see two Islanders ended up in the net, Nystrom being one of them, and Merrick. I think they collided, and there they are. The pileup right in front of Moog, and Van Hellemond did blow the whistle before the shot from the point.
Where he checked with Moog, I think he thought he was hurt. Well, there's Glenn Sather as you look back at the bench. The Oilers head coach, not only head coach, but general manager, president, and certainly drew a lot of plaudits for the way he had his team prepared to play Montreal. And Mickey, I'm sure they are just as prepared to play the Islanders.
Well, I think they were preparing for the Islanders. Of course, they almost ended up in 16th spot as it was, and they could have played the Islanders right in the first round of the playoffs. But if there's preparing to do, Glenn Sather's got this hockey club ready.
One goal in this hockey game by Nystrom. There are 48 seconds remaining in the penalties to Trottier and Lumley, and here are the Islanders again. Vogelin into the center ice area for Messier. He has Anderson with him, broken up by McEwen. Now Lowe fired it in there, and he almost got Van Hellemond to went in over the glass.
Now there's number 4 for the Oilers, Kevin Lowe, second season with the team, former Quebec junior. Celebrated his 22nd birthday yesterday. Not playing tonight for Edmonton. It's exactly the same setup as for the 3 games against Montreal. Kurt Brackenbury, Pat Hughes, and Peter Driscoll not in uniform. For the Islanders, Dwayne Sutter and Anders Kahlur are injured and not playing. Also not in uniform, Jean Potvin, Lorne Henning, and defenseman Gord Lane.
Face off in the center ice area. Weather-wise, it was a beautiful day in New York today after a very cool night. It got down to about 28, but it got up to 60 today. Now Vogelin. Up on the wing it goes. A long shot by LaRiviere. In there goes Gillies. It's picked up in behind the net. There's Weir doing some excellent work. Weir falling against Langevin. Weir is going after the Islanders defenseman again. Now it goes to the far side. Into the center ice area. The penalized players are back on. There's a penalty coming up. Goring was tripped. I think it may be Lorimer.
It might have been a borderline call, but nevertheless, Kevin Lowe, if the Oilers off for tripping at 6:36.
So the Islanders with the power play alignment. Trottier is on with Bourne, Bossy, Edison, and Dennis Potvin. Along the boards they go. Here's Trottier over the other side, and he just missed Bourne. It's picked up by Weir. He clears it into the center ice area. We have Weir and Hunter up front as penalty killers for the Oilers. LaRiviere is on defense along with Coffey. Bourne a pass over on the other side. Now it's to the side of the net, and LaRiviere is going to shoot it down the ice. Of the many outstanding facets of Edmonton's play against Montreal, one was penalty killing. They were just great. So far, they're doing very well on this penalty killing job against the Islanders. Now it's Bourne in on that left side. Bourne takes a look, flips it to the side. Trottier jammed in on the boards by Coffey. Here's Bossy with it around the net. He takes the look into the corner to Bourne. Bourne getting it back. Dennis Potvin over to Persson to Potvin. He winds up with a shot on a rising, blistering blast off the glass. The Islanders with it again. Here's Persson shooting it. Big save by Moog. Excellent pressure here for the Islanders. Right over front, shot by Trottier. Feverish activity in front of the net. And Moog comes up big.
We are back at the Nassau Coliseum. The Islanders won, the Edmonton Oilers nothing, on a goal by Bob Nystrom at 3:14. 42 seconds left in the Edmonton penalty to Lowe.
Now it is Goring at center. Marini is on the left side. Big Gillies on the right wing. McEwen back at one point along with Potvin. Here's McEwen closing in from the line. The shot! Screen shot. And it's grabbed by Moog. He's pulled off some good saves on this power play effort by the Islanders.
Well, Mickey, as you mentioned, it was going to be interesting to see his reaction because the Nystrom goal was really the first good chance the Islanders had in the game, and they scored.
Well, I think he's shown his stick that he's not going to be a quitter out there. He's come right back and made a couple of good stops. Here's a shot by McEwen. Boy, he's been an addition to the Islanders. A good offensive defenseman, and boy, he's quite an addition on the power play as well.
35 seconds the time remaining in the penalty. 11:59. to play in the first period. It's 1-0 for the Islanders. There's McEwen. He takes that look and he works it in along the boards to Goring. Back it comes to McEwen to the other side. Here's Potvin. Knocked off his stick by Weir. Gillies along the boards. Edmonton in that box. They stop it, and they're going to clear it to the line. Not out. There's a shot. Oh! A booming blast. And that was stopped. It came from Potvin. He's over on the other point now. Here's McEwen. McEwen takes a look over to Gillies. Gillies shoots it. Stopped by Moog. Another shot. And it goes around the net. Into the corner. Here's Goring. Goring takes a look. The penalty has expired. Gillies has it. Gillies losing in the shot down the ice, and this is going to be icing. McEwen is back there to touch it.
With the score, the New York Islanders won, the Edmonton Oilers nothing. This is Stanley Cup 81. We are back at the Nassau Coliseum. I'm Dick Irvin, along with Danny Gallivan, Mickey Redmond, and Brian McFarland. First period of this Stanley Cup quarterfinal. The Islanders lead 1-0, and the Oilers have just been under a lot of pressure. But the Islanders couldn't cash in on the power play.
The Islanders, everybody up for the face-off. Persson clearing it into Nystrom, and a centering pass is gobbled up by Curie. He cleared it to center. Islanders coming back, led by Howard. Trying to barge through there. Here's Nystrom shooting it. Good defensive play there by Fogelin. Now in behind the net. They jam. Curie comes up with it. He turns with Callaghan, who missed that pass on the left side. Down goes Persson. He's being watched. He's forced back in there by Callaghan. Right in front. Oh! And enormous save by Smith. What a setup. And Gretzky had the tying goal. And a scintillating save by Smith. We'll see that again. That was excellent passing by the Oilers. Now they go to the attack again. Out over the line into the center ice area. There is Lowe clearing it in. Langevin in behind the net. Spins around to get away from Gretzky. Now a pass back to Persson into the center ice area. Flicked in there. Back there goes Nystrom. He and Callaghan were mixing it up. Howard, very rugged little player, gives it to Nystrom. And he lost it. Here's LaRiviere. LaRiviere ahead to Coffey. Coffey is forced back in over the line. Carroll, number 25. Good work there by Gretzky. Ahead to Curie. Up on the left side. Oh, he had to do the splits on that. And Billy Smith came up big on that shot, which was taken from the point by Hunter.
Well, Billy Smith seemed to be taking right off from last year's great play in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I guess, Dick, you mentioned it earlier. That's what it's all about. If the team gets that good goaltending, fantastic goaltending, I guess that's the start of a long way in the playoffs.
Well, just a tremendous stop off Gretzky. My question is, how did Gretzky get so clear?
He does it. Funny knack of doing that. He hides very well out there when he's not in the play. He saves his energy, and boy, when it really comes around to the action in front of the net to make those plays, all of a sudden number 99 appears out of nowhere.
Philadelphia 1, Calgary no score. And it is 1-0 here. Bossy going in on the boards along with the Weir, so they'll get a face-off again.
You know, all the talk about what are they going to do about Gretzky, how are they going to check Gretzky. I think the Oilers have to worry, how do you check Trottier and Bossy? Boy.
No question about it. We've got two high-scoring hockey clubs going against each other. We might even see the power against the power with Trottier playing against Gretzky at certain times during this game and possibly the series.
Now there's Weir playing it in for a Hunter. McEwen clearing it on the left side. He was given a light jolt by Lumley. Trottier ahead for Bossy, jammed out of the play. And the Oilers start back on that left wing. Coffey is going up. Now he backs away. It's lost to the line by Hunter. There's an offside. So the pace is slowing down a bit.
Well, the Oilers are still trying to take a piece of the Islanders at every chance, but the Islanders are a good skating hockey club. They've got some real speedsters in Trottier and Merrick, Bourne, Tonelli, Goring, Kuller, who is not playing tonight, but they're hard to get a piece of when they're going at full speed all the time.
And there's the look at Lumley. Face off at the Islanders line. Potvin. Let's see. Penalty was spotted there by Van Hilleman. So Bossy and Hunter are off. And again, they are playing 5 aside. Penalty! It'll be a holding, and I think Pearson is going to get the gate. That is inimical to his general behavior on the ice. He doesn't get many penalties.
That comes just 11 seconds after the penalties called on Hunter and Bossy. They were sent off for roughing, and now it's holding on Pearson as he hauls Lumley to the ice. So it's an Edmonton power play, Mick, and it's this 4 skaters against 3 skaters situation.
Well, this is the most dangerous type of power play, of course. There's a lot more room on the ice with 3 guys in the box, but Edmonton going with Gretzky and Curry, who can really snap that puck. Doug Hicks on the point, and Siltanen, who we saw score a big goal against Canadians on the same type of situation, a 4-on-3 in Game 2 in Montreal.
So a big opportunity here for the Oilers to get a goal to tie it. It's 1-0 for the Islanders. The Oilers, everybody up into the corners. It's picked up and swept down the ice on the right side by Trottier. Now Trottier goes to the Islanders bench. Siltanen, he's a big man on a power play, particularly with his shots from the point. He gave it off to Hicks. Over it goes to Curry. Siltanen getting it back. Now Siltanen is closing in for the shot. He fired it, and a big save by Smith.
Mickey, that was the same kind of a shot, or at least to the same area. He tried for the short side. In Montreal, he put it up higher.
Exactly, Dick. He was right in the very same area, and you're right. He did get it up high there in the Montreal series against Sevigny. On this one, about a foot high off the ice, and Billy Smith, as you can see, just able to reach down there with a big trapper and get a hold of it. But he can really fire him from that point. He's not a big guy, but he's very well built.
The penalties to Hunter and Bossy with 1:22 remaining. It's cleared out by the Islanders and down the ice. Pearson has 1:28 left. Now Siltanen leading a wave of Oilers. Head fake by Siltanen. He falls in there. In there goes Potvin. Potvin lobbed it down the ice. Back for it goes Curry. He's turning with Siltanen. Siltanen takes the pass out over the line. Over on the far side. It's dropped back. Gretzky has to wait, otherwise it would have been offside. Now Gretzky holding on to it. It's knocked off his stick. The Oilers will have to try it again. Siltanen to the left side it goes. To Coffey, back to Gretzky. It's off his stick. Now they fight for it. Siltanen keeping it in. Now working in from the boards. Here's Gretzky shooting it, and he ripped it along the mesh on the outside. Siltanen takes a look. Power play for the Oilers. Over on the other side. Back it goes to Curry. Into the corner. Gretzky to Curry. Here's Siltanen getting set, and it hit a leg. The Islanders getting a break. Down on the left side. Potvin closing in, and a blistering blast wide. Now it's back at the Islanders line. The Oilers still with the advantage. Now there are only 2 seconds left. Pearson is back on the ice. It's still 1-0 for New York. Here's Bourne losing it at the line, picking it up again. Bourne is cutting in from the net. And it's into the corner. It was Siltanen who slid there and made a fine play. Here come the Oilers led by Anderson. Anderson with a good move to the right side. Anderson jammed into the boards and knocked down by McEwen. Into the corner they go. It's picked up by the Oilers around the net, right back in front to Fogelin. And New York starting down on the right side. Bossy is in over the line. He leaves it for Merrick. Picked up by Fogelin. Excellent action here as we move into the final 5 minutes of the opening period. There's Messier right on the front. There's the shot. A big leg save. Messier getting that putt, and he got it back to Anderson. Now there's Messier again. He's all over the place. Nystrom On the right side, forced back by Messier. Here's Lorimer for New York. Into the center ice area. Zigging and zagging, playing it to the corner. Nystrom going in with Lorimer against Lowe. Into the corner is Lowe. And he plays it to LaRiviere. LaRiviere. Out it goes to Weir, hitting the Islanders line, over the line. Into the corner. Carroll took it away for the New York Islanders. Back into the corner. Here is Lorimer. 1-0. The Islanders are leading the Oilers. Nystrom getting the goal. Langevin clearing it in. In there goes Callaghan. Here's Gillies around the net. Gillies rolling it to the side. Stopped by Moe. LaRiviere. Up on the wing it goes into the center ice area. Good back checking there by Carroll ahead to Gillies. He bounces it in there wide. Now on the boards. Big Gillies, a rugged left winger. In on the boards, fighting for possession. It's knocked down the ice by LaRiviere. Back there goes Pearson with 4 minutes and 13 seconds of time remaining in the opening period. Here's Carroll hitting his man at the line. That was Marini. Now he goes to the bench. Siltanen is at the line, working it in there, upended at the line. Islanders down on the left side. It's Hicks clearing it through. It goes right down to Billy Smith. I don't think they have a running tabulation of the shots on goal in this rink. If they have, I can't see them. Now there's Curry at the line. Here's Callaghan cutting in on the right side. Called on the offside.
And that's the first whistle in a long time. What a hockey game we've got going here live from the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island, the Stanley Cup playoffs. This is Dick Irvin with Danny Gallivan, Mickey Redmond, and Brian McFarland. A 1-0 hockey game. The Islanders leading Edmonton, and it's an excellent start to this quarterfinal round.
It is Weir at center. Lumley on one wing. Hunter came out there. Now Hunter goes to the bench as the Islanders attack from their own line. Good head fake there by Nystrom. He lugs it in over the line, playing it to the corner. Barging in there is Merrick. He's jammed under the play by Fogelin. They fight for it. Unger, he's on for the first time. There's Nystrom. Unger is after him. Back to the line. A shot. Oh! And it's fired wide. The initial shot was taken by Potvin. And that went whipping wide on the rebound. Puck into the center ice area. And the degree of tenacity being shown by the Islanders in their checking is very, very high, particularly in the past 8 or 10 minutes. Face-off to the left of Smith. And we're going to have Unger remaining out there along with Anderson and Semenko. Face-off for the Islanders zone. That is McEwen scampering away from Unger. Gets it out to Merrick. A neat pass goes off to Marini. Very weak shot against Lowe. Unger, the Iron Man of yesteryear, gets it to the center ice area. Flicked in there by Anderson. Glenn Sather now making quick changes into the center ice area. Hagman stopped it and he gave it to Messier. Messier turning. In it goes, and Hagman, number 10, coming in. But Smith cleared it. There's Messier. They fired some pretty good punches. Who's the other player?
Looks like Marini, Danny. They were playing opposite each other over the far side. They were really firing at each other when they started to fight. The linesman got in there very quickly, right in front of the Islander bench. It is Marini, number 29 for the Islanders, and Mark Messier for the Oilers.
Messier got in a couple of pretty good cracks along the way, Mick, I thought. And there he is, Mark Messier, who turned 20 just a few days before Wayne Gretzky turned 20 back in January. So they are gone, and likely for 5.
Well, Messier is a tough kid. I think he demonstrated that in that Montreal series where he almost had an unfortunate stick swinging incident with Larry Robinson.
I'd like to say hello to Danny Scarborough of Yellowknife, Northwest Territory. This being the year of the disabled, Hockey Night in Canada salutes Danny and all those other very special Canadians.
2 minutes slashing, 5 minutes fighting.
Messier gets the extra 2 for slashing.
29, Hector Marini, 5 minutes fighting. Time of the penalty, 17:36.
So that sets up an Islanders power play, Mickey, with Messier getting the 2 in addition to both players getting 5 for fighting. A slashing call. And we've had some good action on power plays. Both teams have worked well.
Nobody in the building, including myself, saw the original slash, and I'm sure that's what started the fight going. Marini coming back to get at Messier, but the Oilers, was talking to a few of them before the game, and this is the type of thing they said they had to stay away from against the Islanders, because the Islander power play has been a deadly power play throughout the season, and they figured they just couldn't afford to take these penalties and give the Islanders those opportunities with the man advantage.
So with 2:24 left in the period, almost the entire balance. The Islanders looking at a power play ahead of them, all things being equal.
Trottier, Bossy, Gillies, Pearson, and Potvin on the power play. Gillies clearing it in. It's shot back to center. We have Weir and Hunter up front for Edmonton. LaRiviere on defense with Coffey. Now Gillies leading the attack. Trottier picks it up, lugs it in over the line to Pearson. Pearson going to the corner. Where is he going to put it? He looks skating back. He'll make a pass into the corner to Bossy. Off the leg. It rolls, and it is out over the line. Here's Hunter coming down. He's bodied by Trottier. Now Hunter went after Pearson. Here's Potvin leading the Islanders. In they come. Bossy is taken out of the play very effectively by LaRiviere. On the boards, they struggle for it. And LaRiviere, solid out there on defense for Edmonton, clears it down the ice, and that's the signal for the Oilers to make changes. Now Pearson lugging it slowly into the center ice area. A neat feathery pass to Goring. It's broken up. Now they come down, led by Gretzky. Gretzky killing off very valuable seconds. Now it's back at the line with 35 seconds left in the penalty. Less than a minute to go in the period. The Oilers defending very well on this penalty. Now they come down, the Islanders do. Scoring in behind the net. Now it's Goring trying to get in front. He scores!
A little Butch Goring, the Islanders pouring 3 forwards in on the Oilers. You'll see the open area. Goring very alertly just came out in front end. He didn't have a chance on the goal. But the Oilers were running around with the Islanders having the extra man. You see Nystrom being taken up behind the net. And really Silton had no chance to get over to cover Goring, who just slipped in front of the net.
Well, you're right. Hicks eliminated himself by taking Nystrom out. He was down. That gave Butch the extra room he needed coming around the side. So Butch Goring on a power play at 19:15 in the first period. It's 2-0 Islanders.
Time of the goal, 19:15.
19:15, the time of the goal.
Power play goal at 19:15.
Nystrom and Potvin assisting.
So goal and assist for Nystrom. And as the fans a little over-exuberant. So it's Nystrom scoring at 3:14 early in the period and Goring at 19:15 on the power play. And it's 2-0 New York.
You know, we spoke about it moments ago, Dick, about these penalties, and sure enough, even though there were only a few seconds left in the power play, the Islanders just keep coming at you. They've got a couple of different line combinations they can throw out there. Not only Bossy and Trottier, but this Gillies line or Nystrom line, and boy, it's just tough to keep that pressure on, keep it away from your goal all the time.
Well, Nystrom's flying tonight. I saw him play 4 games against Montreal, but I don't think I saw him skate in any of those games the way he's skating here tonight.
Great playoff hockey player.
Here's Curry coming in. Back to Callaghan. Had trouble controlling it. Now there's Lowe taking his shot. He didn't miss by much. The Oilers coming back here behind 2-0. The pass right in front and is cleared up on the right side to Nystrom. Nystrom coming down. 24 seconds left. It goes to Tonelli. Tonelli against Vogel right out in front. And that was Goring who fell. Here's Gretzky over the line. A beautiful pass over on this side. A shot. Big save. Right in front of backhand shot. Another save. 2 gilt-edged scoring opportunities for the Edmonton Oilers. Now coming back Stanley is upended. The period ends. Two great saves by Billy Smith. And so the score at the end of the first period. New York 2, Edmonton nothing.
Howitt and McEwen at 3:14. And then on a power play late in the period, Butch scoring from Nystrom and Denny Potvin at 19:15. The Islanders outshot the Oilers 9-8 in what I thought, Mickey Redmond, was a fine period of hockey.
It's the best period of hockey, Dick, that I've seen in quite a while. I thought Edmonton played a good first period of hockey. They had a lot of chances, and as Brian mentioned, Gretzky, two excellent opportunities that Billy Smith just robbed him on late in the first period. But the Oilers played the same type of hockey I think they played against the Canadiens. They just couldn't capitalize. And of course, they're playing against a team that's maybe a little more up than the Canadiens were, and they are taking good, solid chances. They're getting their chances, and they are capitalizing on them as well.
The thing I noticed about the Islanders in that period as compared to the Canadiens against Edmonton is the fact that coming out of their own zone, the Oilers didn't seem to be on top of the Islanders as they were Montreal.
Well, I think that the Islander defense right now is backing off, and they're peeling off and going back into their own zone as Edmonton dumps the puck in a little bit quicker, and they're able to have that little extra time when they turn around and they can face the play and see the Edmonton players coming in. I also thought the Oilers trying to go out of their way a little bit too much to hit the Islander players in that first period, and I think it cost them on the first goal as we saw Nystrom all alone walk in off the right side.
And so the second period is underway. Callaghan is on with Gretzky. And Curry, who cleared it in on that right side. In they go for it, and Bourne cleared it to the other side. Now it's Bossy being tied up by Gretzky. Curry in behind the net. There's Gretzky. He loves to be there. He tries to center it. It comes to the corner. And Smith is down. And he holds it. Gretzky loves to get in behind there. I'm going to ask you, Mickey Redmond, about the manner in which Gretzky can pick out players. He has to have the best peripheral vision of any hockey player in years.
Danny, I think, you know, he's admitted himself. He says, I don't think I'm a great goal scorer. It's impossible not to be a great goal scorer when you score 55 goals. But he does look to make the pass before he shoots himself. And I think that's what makes him so great at looking and finding the open man.
He can be in a cluster of players, and yet he can pick out a man. There's the pass going to Callaghan. He was upended by Potvin. The Islanders starting out into the center ice area. Trottier to Bossy. Over to Trottier. Cleared it back to Bossy. Good defensive play by Coffey, number 7. Now it's Edmonton down into the center ice area. Coffey dumped it in there rather delicately and then goes over to the Edmonton bench. And the Islanders are coming back. Trottier in on that right side. Into the corner. Siltanen cleared it to the left wing. And it's Hicks handing it off to Gretzky. Gretzky dropping it back to Callaghan. He whistled a shot wide. Siltanen rolled it in front. 2-0 for the Islanders. There's Big Gillies hitting the line. Over comes back to Gillies. He flipped it. He was being checked there by Hicks. So number 5, Hicks, stayed right with number 9, Gillies. Gillies is looking for it. Now it comes to the line. Not out. Tonelli working in along the right wing board, trying to shake off Callaghan. In behind the net, it goes bouncing over the glass.
Well, there's Wayne the Wonder Kid, who finished the regular season on top of the scoring list and starts the quarterfinals on top of the playoff scoring parade. 11 points against the Canadiens, and you saw he equaled 2 Stanley Cup records with 3 assists in one period, 5 in a game. 11 points for the lead so far. Bossy and Trottier finished the Toronto series each with 10.
If you're wondering about Messier and Marini, well, they're still in the penalty box. They're working on their majors. Face off to the right of Moog. Number 20 is Lumley skating around there. Let's pick up the point men for the Islanders, because this face-off is to the right of Moog. You have Persson, number 7, and over on the other side is Langevin. We'll give you the rest of the Oilers after this play develops right now. Coming out from the corner, Siltanen coming down. He falls, cleared it in. Then he takes down Persson. Siltanen does. Here's Gillies sliding it over. It goes to Tonelli. Back to Pearson coming in on that right side. Hunter takes him and then Hicks. They jam in on the boards. Into the corner, centered in front. And on the left side, it's cleared over on the far side by Weir. Into the center ice area. Bouncing back in on the right wing is Tonelli. Tonelli puts on the brakes, getting set to center. He centers it. There's the shot. Over the top of the net off the stick of Howard. Tonelli still with it. Howard in behind the net. They look for it. Clear to the point. Langevin getting set for the shot. Big save there by Moog. Now they go in again. There's a shot to the short side. It's centered right over inside the net. They back it. They score!
That makes it 3-0, and that time the boys in the trenches really did the job for New York.
Well, the Islanders had some pressure on. I don't know how long it was. It had to be over a minute. You see bodies flying all over the place in front of Andy Moog. He didn't see the shot coming. It was John Tonelli finally took the backhand. It squibbed between the pads of Moog. But the Islanders just didn't let up. Pressure on top of pressure, and finally it paid off for them. That's a big goal. Gives them that 3-goal cushion.
The assist to number 11, Wayne Merrick.
A couple of times, Dick, I thought earlier the Oilers probably should have tried to ice the puck, but they chose not to do that, and it eventually cost them.
So the time of the goal is 2:46. Tonelli, Merrick on the assist, and it's 3-0 New York.
So the time of that goal, 2:46. And Lowe is holding up the resumption in play because he goes over to the bench. Unger is on up front with Semenko. Lowe is still talking to say that the next game in this series, of course, will be played tomorrow night at the same time. Now we are ready. Back it goes to the line. Low over to Captain Fogelund for Edmonton. He clears it off the stick of Unger. They race into Islanders territory. Hopping gingerly from behind the net with his head up was Lorimer. He cleared it to center. Now it's Fogelund again. And Edmonton will have to get goals rather quickly. Beautiful stick handling by Anderson. Shooting it right on the rebound. That was an outstanding individual effort by number 9. Couldn't get too much on the shot, but he was on the target, and so was Smith, the goalie for the Islanders. Now then, Lorimer wraps it off the boards. There's Carroll centering it. Back it comes. Lorimer shooting it. Score!
Two very quick goals in this second period, making a 4-0 hockey game. I don't know who this one touched on the way in. Might have been Marini in front of the net.
I think it was. You saw it right there, Dick. That the floodgates are open, and I'll tell you, that's the way it goes some nights. Nothing going right for the Oilers right now. There you see a double deflection. The puck changing direction 2 different times after Lorimer let the shot go. Finally went in off of Marini, and again, Andy Moog, not a chance on the play.
For number 29, Hector Marini.
So Hector Marini gets the goal, his second of the playoffs.
Number 25, Billy Carroll. And number 4, Bob Lorimer. Time of the goal, 3:33.
3:33.
His second of the playoffs from Carroll and Lorimer at 3.
And so the Islanders come along with 2 quick goals to lead 4-0. Trottier centering it. It went off Moog's stick to the wing. The Islanders hem in the Oilers. Trottier into the corner. Behind the net is Gretzky. It's stopped by Potvin. There's the shot. That was a sizzling blast that was wide. Edmonton breaking out into the center ice area, led by Gretzky with those moves. Gretzky is over the line. He lost it. Coming back on the right side. Here's Bossy closing in for the shot. And it's juggled by Moog, and he holds on for the faceoff.
From the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island, this is Stanley Cup 81. On Long Island, I'm Dick Irvin with Danny Gallivan, Mickey Redmond, and Brian McFarland. And when that play ended, Paul Coffey, the teenage defenseman for the Oilers, was penalized for interference everything going the way of New York. 4-0 lead, and they have a power play.
They have Bourne with Persson, Bossy, Trottier. Now there's Persson. Potvin comes to the other side, swings it back to Bossy. Bossy along the boards. Here's Trottier. Potvin getting in front. Scores!
You know, Mickey, Denny Potvin has such great anticipation. Good example of it here.
Well, you see the good puck movement by the Islanders. Potvin sneaks in from the left point. You'll see him right in the slot, right there, bingo. He lets that wrist shot go. Doesn't waste any time. It didn't take them but 10-15 seconds of the power play. 5-0 Islanders.
Dick Irvin, this is the best power play I've seen this year.
Well, without a doubt, Danny, they are just, well, they got the one goal by Goring in the first period in the power play. They had a great one going earlier in the first period, didn't score. Now they get one here. 3 very quick goals. 3 goals in less than 2 minutes.
The assist to number 19, Brian Trottier, and number 22, Mike Bossy.
Trottier and Bossy assisting on the
30.
Potvin goal at 4:30. Nystrom having words with Lowe, and it is 5-0 for the Islanders over the Oilers.
Well, Dick, you'd never know it really by the play on the last couple of minutes. 3 goals, but type of play on both sides. Both goaltenders making some big stops here tonight. You'd never realize it was a 5-0 hockey game.
3 goals in a minute and 44 seconds.
Face off in the center ice area. Semenko is on with Messier and Anderson against the Nystrom line. That's Merrick. And Howard are the other forwards for the Islanders. Now it is Lowe behind the net. Semenko cuts in front, trying to get into possession. Volkman ahead to Semenko. The big fellow is down on the right side. Here's Semenko cutting in front. He hit the goal post. A brilliant effort by Semenko. Now here's Nystrom cutting in on that right side. Into the corner it goes. The Oilers, they clear it too far ahead. Messier does. Now in on the left side is Merrick. He's belted there by Lowe. Stopped in his tracks. Now Lorimer up on the right side. Flicking it to the corner. Lowe is in there to pick it up for the Oilers. New York making changes while the play goes on. Goring is on. Now it's back on the right side. Langevin is back there over on this side to Persson. Persson wrapped it off the boards. And here's Marini. There's a pass knocked down at the line by Silton and ahead. Gretzky missed it. Anderson was playing without a stick. There's an offside.
Here's a look at big Dave Semenko. He got that big body in gear, and he went down that off wing of his and reached out in front, Danny, and wrapped it right off the goalpost beside Billy Smith. That's the way it's been going for the Oilers so far tonight.
Down the ice it goes. Silton is there and is called for icing with Morrill being guilty of shooting it down across the goal line in Edmonton territory. There's a look at Silton, and Dick, very chunky, rugged individual.
Well, interesting story. Getting to Edmonton, he was originally drafted by St. Louis in the NHL. They had his rights. He joined the Oilers in the WHA, was reclaimed by St. Louis in the reclaiming draft, and then was traded back to Edmonton in exchange for Joe Micheletti. Boy, this Islander team, Mick, 20 goals, equal a 3-game series record against the Leafs. 5 of them here. This one's not half over regulation time.
Well, they're playing like they smell blood out there right now. They're really forcing the issue.
And those 3 quick goals in the second period, almost calamitous for the Edmonton team. The 3 combined with the 2 in the first, giving the Islanders a 5-0 lead with 13:37 left in the second period.
But Danny, I agree with what Mickey just said. I mean, you and I were talking between periods. Smith had to make 3 great saves in that first period. And the kind of a goaltending that the Oilers perhaps didn't face in Montreal or against Montreal, but Smith came up very large to keep it a 2-0 hockey game.
All told, what did they have? 8 shots, 9 shots. At least 4 of Edmonton's shots were really tough. There's a 1-1 Minnesota-Buffalo score.
Brad Palmer scored for Minnesota to open the scoring. Now Andre Savard, who's playing excellent hockey for the Sabres, has tied the game. They're 1-1.
And it appears that Minnesota has peaked at the right time. They had a staggering, struggling season, but in the last 2 or 3 weeks, they've been very good. They went into St. Louis there and won a big game from the Blues 5-0. So Minnesota is back playing very well in playoffs again this year. And right here, a team playing very well and leading 5-0. The New York Islanders, they are going in, and it rolls off Gillies' stick into the corner. They jam in there along the boards. Hunter is bumped. Gillies handing it off to Carroll. Now here's Curry down in over the line, getting set, trying to set up Weir. Back they come. Lumley is on the right side. He took a rap at Carroll. Going to the ice and falling. Penalty coming up. They're beginning to toss their bodies around.
Carroll's going to get a penalty. He's going to be called for tripping. But my goodness, things are a little vigorous, and Nick, the boys in the striped shirts are under fire.
They're going to be busy. They're going to be a few more than one penalty out there. Big Gillies and Lumley now got a hold of each other. Now you see the scrap going along beside the boards. Hunter and Langevin. Also, it looks like Carroll and Stan Weir. This thing all started when one of the Edmonton players came in and gave Carroll a shot in the mouth with his glove just as the whistle was blowing.
And the whistle was blowing to give Carroll a penalty on the play, a first play. So now referee Van Helleman has to sort all this out. And while they sort it out, a reminder, this is Hockey Night in Canada from the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island. We are awaiting the official announcements. 2 minutes going up against Carroll. Now the penalty call was being made here.
It's already been called. Yeah,
right.
The tripping penalty was called. You see, I don't know if they're going to go long enough. It might not see it. But Carroll, who ran Weir into boards, there's the tripping call right there on Carroll. Bingo. Down he goes, and Van Helleman to call the penalty. But after that, one of the Edmonton defensemen came in and rubbed his glove on the face of the Islander Carroll, and that's what started that whole melee off. Looks like Langevin and Carroll are both going to get 2 minutes apiece. Lumley for Edmonton will get a couple of minutes. So the Edmonton Oilers looks like we'll have a 4-on-3 situation. 4 skaters to 3.
And a reminder, we'll be bringing you the goals almost as soon as they happen. We got to get that straight, just how quickly we're going to be, but we're quick. The game in Philadelphia, where right now the Flyers lead the Calgary Flames 2-0. Calgary and Edmonton representing Canada in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Dave Hunter, not Lumley.
So there you have an opportunity as it presents itself on the ice now for Edmonton to get their first goal. They have the power play advantage. They have Gretzky on the ice along with Curry, Siltanen, and Anderson. At the line is Potvin. Potvin knocked his man down. Gretzky tried to hook it in on the right side. Now Anderson, one hand on the stick, and then he was bumped by Potvin, and the stick rolled back into the center ice area, and the Oilers have to go back into their own zone for it. Minute and 25 seconds remaining in the penalty, and leading the attack on the power play is Anderson. Anderson lugging it into the corner, trying to shake off Morrow. Now on the boards, Gretzky is trying to find room. Gretzky still after his man, and he lost it to Bourne. Up on the left side, cutting in, shoots it, and the puck ends up to the left wing area. Gretzky ahead to Messier, drop pass to Gretzky. Here's Gretzky going in on the backhand. He scores! Beautiful backhand shot. He put that one upstairs.
Super play by Wayne Gretzky. Make a backhand of the short side top corner.
Well, we'll see it here. Watch Gretzky hang on to the puck. This is one of the things that he does so well. Holds it, holds it, holds it. Bingo. Right up over. By that time, Billy Smith is on the ground and up right into the top corner. But we saw that in the Montreal series. This kid just has a knack of hanging onto that puck until everybody seems to forget about him, and bingo, he puts it into the net. It's a big goal for Edmonton to get, even though they are trailing by 4, and who knows whether they'll be able to come back in this hockey game or not, but very important to get one behind Billy Smith, I think, and at least get some confidence going.
Messier on the assist, the power play goal. Gretzky's 4th of the playoffs.
Still a half a hockey game to go, so certainly not out of it.
So now they are playing 5-a-side. Edmonton coming back. Messier gets by McEwen. Messier around the net. He centers it, a backhand shot by Hagman. And Smith went down to make the save. Now it comes to the side. And Smith holds on for the face-off in deep New York territory.
Now we look at it again. Matty Hagman involved in the play, along with Messier. There's Hagman on the backhand, and he fanned on it as he tried the turnaround. The puck got away from him. Hagman, the one-time Boston Bruin. Spent the last 2 years prior to this one back in his native Finland. This season, 20 goals for the Oilers.
Face off to the left of Smith. 11 minutes and 32 seconds, the time remaining. This is the second period. New York 5, Edmonton 1. McEwen around the net. Slides it up on the right side. Lorimer coming down, rolled it in there. LaRiviere laying it behind the net. Coffey, he left it. Hagman's pass is stopped. It's picked up by Coffey. Coffey over the line. Waist-high shot into the corner. Lorimer. Gretzky is going after his man McEwen. The puck to the other side. Now it's centered. Gobbled up in front. Islanders clearing at the center. Pressure by LaRiviere as he knocked it to the right side. Gretzky fell. And LaRiviere is back in his own zone up on the left side. It comes to Coffey back over on the right wing. Hagman is over the line. Pass goes off Coffey's skate into the corner. 10.5 minutes remaining. There's a shot knocked down right in front of Callaghan. Callaghan still working it. Coffey shoots it. And he didn't miss by much. Fogelin takes a shot. His low drive was wide by a foot or so. Good pressure here. Curry fired it to the far side. So the Oilers are all over the Islanders. There's Coffey shooting it. Big save by Smith. The Oilers are after it again on the board. Curry along with Callaghan is in there. Trottier is there for the Islanders along with Bossy. Excellent pressure there, gentlemen, by the Oilers. Face off. To the right of Smith. This is some of the best offensive pressure, sustained pressure of the hockey game right at this particular juncture by Edmonton. They're behind 5-1. Now they get it back to Lowe. Takes a shot and hits a stick. Fogelin will have to hustle. He does, and he gets it over on the other side to Hunter. Back it goes to Lowe, sliding it to Fogelin. Fogelin pokes it ahead to Lumley. Lumley turning, flicked it down into New York territory. Back there behind the net, now lugging it out on the right side. Langevin gave it to Nystrom. Nystrom knocked it to the corner. Fogelin rolls it down the ice. If this goes far enough, it'll be icing, but it's stopped by Smith. The Islanders turning at their line. Nystrom couldn't get anywhere, but it's picked up. In over the line goes Merrick to the other side. Howard is shot to the short side. It's centered. Another shot by Nystrom. And he was wide with a quick close-in shot. Now Howard turning in the center ice area. Up on the wing it goes to Nystrom. Good pass broken up by Lowe. Coming down on the right side. Here's Messier. Over it goes to Anderson. And Anderson waited too long. Now Pearson made the play. There's a shot wide by Fogelin. It's centered into the crease.
Hockey Night in Canada will continue in just a moment. The centerman Stan Weir. He's in the penalty box, hooking the call at 12:56.
Looked like a rather questionable call here, Dick. I think Bourne just fell down as Weir got to him. He was back checking. It was a 2-on-1, and Weir just got to him. Bourne was already on his way down. I think a questionable call with the Islanders ahead 5-1.
Pearson and Potvin on the points. Tonelli got it back from Pearson. Tonelli sending it right in front. There's a shot that's blocked in front. Nystrom was being covered by Fogland, and it hit either Fogland or Nystrom. There's Anderson in New York territory. It's bouncing. The Islanders are trying to get some skating room to get this power play into effective operation. Up there, forechecking Messier and Anderson. It's broken up at the Edmonton line. Low ahead on the right side. Messier ripped a shot, no difficulty for Smith. It was taken, as you could see, from well up. Now into the center ice area. 6:17 left in the period. Tonelli playing it in there. Merrick is taking a look. Back it goes. There's the shot by Tonelli. And Moog is down, and the face-off to his right. 1 minute and 3 seconds, the time remaining in the Weir penalty. Face-off to the right of Moog. 5-1 here with the Islanders leading. They led 2-0 at the end of the first period. Again, we have Potvin and Pearson with these devastating shots on the point. Gillies trying to center it. In behind the net, they fight for possession. Back it goes, and it's down the ice.
You know, Danny, part of the reason the Islanders have such a successful power play, you notice their point men come charging into the slot area, taking those passes from the corner, get some great scoring chances.
Now here's Marini in on the right side. It goes right in front of the net. They score! Gillies!
That's the third power play goal for New York. And that one was a perfectly timed pass. Mick Goring to Gillies in front.
Well, again, you had a 2-on-1 situation there with Goring and Marini. And Big Gillies just came cruising in off the left wing. And there you see the bingo, the pass right onto the stick of Gillies. And again, Andy Moog, no chance again. Islanders passing the puck, Danny, very, very well. Crisp, sharp, hard passes, and boy, they're really clicking.
Goring and number 29, Hector Marini. Time of the goal, 14-17.
So far, Gillies with his third goal of the playoffs. 14-17, 6-1 New York.
14-17, Goring and Marini assisting on the Gillies goal. Down the ice, it goes into New York territory. There's McEwen around the net. Gretzky up there forechecking. He has scored the lone Edmonton goal. To the other side, Lorimer up along the boards, can't get out. Gretzky going into the corner against Bossy. Bourne in there to help out. Back it goes to the point. Hicks takes a shot along the ice. Smith deflected it to the other side. Hopping in on the boards. Keeping it in there. Now on the right side. Curry. There it comes right in front. Callaghan. Back near the line. Into the corner. Goes to Gretzky. Back to Callaghan. Callaghan getting set. He's in on the boards. He's bumped there. Here's Gretzky. Stick handling. Gretzky takes a look. Over in front it comes. There's a shot wide from the right point by Curry. And it's over the glass finally with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this, the second period.
There we get Trottier and Callaghan involved in the discussion at the conclusion of that sequence, which again showed the remarkable puck handling ability of Wayne Gretzky. So it's a 6-1 game here. The Blues, after giving up the early goal to the Rangers, have come back. In the first period, they lead New York 2-1. And that's what the cheer is. Now they've got it 3-1 up here. They don't like the Rangers in this building, I'll tell you.
Question about it, Dick.
Buffalo ahead of Minnesota 2-1, and our score, as we have shown you, the 3 goals from Philadelphia. 3-0. The Flyers lead the Flames, and we'll be going to the game in Philadelphia during our upcoming second intermission.
Face off to the right of Smith. Edmonton, everybody up, but it goes to Morrow. He cleared it, not out. Potvin jammed it ahead to Merrick into the center ice area. Howard to Nystrom. He opened the scoring in this hockey game. Nystrom, Merrick shooting it. Hit the goal post. Penalty for interference.
This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island.
Face off. After that icing infraction, naturally is down to the right of Billy Smith. Gretzky is still on there with Curry and Callaghan back on the points. We have Coffey and Siltanen. 6-1. Less than 2 minutes remaining in the second period. It's rammed off the boards of Marini. Clears it, but not out. Here's Gretzky. Gretzky has it swept away by Persson to the other side. In on the boards they go, and they get a whistle for a faceoff.
Like I think noticing here in the first 2 periods, the Islander defensemen, even though Gretzky is playing well and making lots of good plays, they are getting on him a little bit quicker, and he's forced to make those plays much more quicker than he'd like to, I think.
Well, that's what you have to do, I would imagine, as we look at Gretzky. 7 points in the 4 games involving these teams this year. Mike Bossy led everybody 8 goals against Edmonton.
Coffey clearing it in. Langevin up on the left side. Merrick is outside the line, decides to go back to get some skating room. Now it's knocked back in there, over for Gretzky, and Persson was there for the Islanders. He's bumped by Callaghan. Here's Gretzky picking it up. It bounces away from him. He clears it in. Persson against Curie. Now on the boards with 1 minute and 14 seconds left in the second period to get the face-off again to New York territory.
Well, here's a fellow who's been skating very well and who has had the job a good part of the night of checking against Gretzky. Wayne Merrick, former Ottawa junior, played with St. Louis, California, Cleveland. Remember the Cleveland Barons fans? And finally to the Islanders.
You remember the Oakland Seals?
The California Golden Seals, or the Oakland Seals, whatever. He played for them. Those of us who travel around the NHL, supposedly working for a living, we're very sorry when the team left Oakland.
What brought about your sadness?
Yes.
What did?
The team leaving Oakland.
75-degree weather. That's right.
He still gets out there with that. LA, there's a shot by Fogelin. To the wing it goes. Lowe takes a shot. That was on the target. Pinelli. Ahead it goes.
Last minute of play.
Trotzy was jammed out of the play. Less than a minute to go in the second period. It's nipped in on that left wing by Lowe. He passes it back. Here's Hunter backhand shot. In front was Weir. Here's Weir again getting it out. There's a shot. And Hunter didn't miss by much. And the Oilers are getting a lot of shots in the general direction of the New York net. Now here's Fogelin over on this side to Lowe. Lowe lobbed it in there. In on the boards. Hunter waiting for a pass. He takes it from Lumley. Here's Hunter centering it. It goes back out over the line. 21 seconds the time remaining in the second period. Now Fogelin, the captain of the Edmonton team, clears it up on the left side. Here's Hunter moving it over on the right wing. Into the corner. Weir falling at the side of the net along with Lorimer. It's cleared over the glass with 3 seconds left.
Well, the fans hollering for a penalty there on Stan Weir, but he came together with Lorimer. It's like, what step are we going to do here? They both didn't see each other, and the next thing you know, they were tied up and down on the ice. Looked like Weir had jumped on his back, but nothing serious, and Van Hellemond, of course, recognizing that.
I don't know why we should sound so surprised at all of these Islander goals. They led the league in goals scored this past season, 355 of them. I think a lot of people might think, well, Andy Moe's come back to earth, but I don't think you could really fault him on too much of this.
Not at all.
That goal by Potvin, I don't think he's a goaltender in the league could have stopped that.
No, you mentioned they've got 3 power play goals out of the 6 goals, and the other goals were Nystrom's breakaway. I mean, there's nothing the kid could have done. He's played well in other spots in the game as well, but he's really had no chance in any of the goals.
There's Morrow playing out the clock. So the Islanders are led 2-0. The end of the first had 4 goals and Edmonton 1, and so the score at the end of the second period, the Islanders 6 and Oilers 1.
Have a goaltending change for Edmonton as Gary Edwards is now being warmed up, and he is going to take over from the rookie Andy Moog. We look at the second period summary. You see those first 3 Islanders goals as they broke things wide open. Tonelli, Marini, and Denny Potvin on a power play. 3 goals in the space of 1 minute and 44 seconds. Wayne Gretzky scored the Oilers' lone goal to date on an Edmonton power play. And then Clark Gillies another New York power play at 14-17. Shots on goal fairly even, Mickey Redmond. The Islanders outshot the Oilers 11-10 in the second period. Have the lead 20-18 overall as Edwards gets set to take over from Moog. But as we mentioned toward the end of that second period, I don't think that Andy Moog, the rookie in his first shelling and Stanley Cup play, should really feel all that bad, because the Islanders have certainly given us a good example of taking advantage of their chances.
Dick, they've played a tremendous hockey game in all parts of the ice surface tonight, and they just don't miss. You mentioned only 20 shots and 6 goals. I don't know the pressure that they put on. I don't know how they had the energy to do it, but the Oilers were just submerged underneath the Islander pressure there at different times in the first 2 periods. I thought Moog played very well under that type of pressure, and of course you mentioned it's his first shelling that he's going to take, and I'm sure maybe not his last one before this career is over, but I'm certainly the youngster with a lot of confidence will be back very strong. But Gary Edwards, a very confident goaltender himself in that. The Edmonton Oilers, as you mentioned earlier, Dick, the first time they've been down in the Stanley Cup playoffs so far. They didn't trail the Canadiens at all in 3 hockey games. It'll be kind of interesting to see how they react. So far they've reacted well. They're still plugging out there and trying, and of course now you're being down 6-1. Very important for them going into game 2 here tomorrow night, even if they don't come back and tie or win tonight, to get some momentum going.
Now, you know, the second game is tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, our broadcast time. 3rd period underway. Danny?
Okay, Dick, it's Fogelin clearing it down on the right side. Chasing it is Captain Potvin. We have Guri, Gretzky. And the other forward is Callaghan. In the first period, you had Semenko for physical purposes out there, and he was on again in the second period and came up with one of the best individual rushes of the night as he hit the goalpost. Now it's low against Trottier. They struggle inside the line. Callaghan knocked it out over the line, and Bossy playing it back. Morrow to Potvin. Cleared in over the line by Bourne, and this period is starting off in a rather close checking pattern. It's knocked down by Morrow. He failed to clear it out. Now the Islanders start out over the line. Good move by Bossy. Bossy takes his time. Over it goes. Howard, a very nimble step inside the line. There's a shot. Shoulder high. It was driven by Guri, and Smith had no difficulty whatsoever. Now on the left side, Howard clearing it in. Nystrom is coming in from the right side. Merrick is behind the net. Semenko is out there, and he knocked Nystrom to the ice. Up on the left side. There's a shot that went off a stick into the corner. Gretzky couldn't get it. The Islanders. Nystrom coming down. Merrick is rushing in there. Back to Howard, going in. Edwards up the net. Edwards has been injured. Did he get that one in the throat area or the shoulder?
Like the shoulder to me. Boy, Edmonton goaltenders, you know, the injury toll there has just been really something. Eddie Mio and Ron Lowe are really their top 2 goaltenders. Both of them are out, likely not to return. Now here's Edwards getting his first bit of action in the playoffs. 33-year-old veteran, played for the Kings for several years, also for the late and rather unlamented Cleveland Barons and Minnesota. Joined them late in the season at Edmonton, and now he has been shaken up. So we'll take a break from the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island. This is Stanley Cup 81.
In along the board. Messier was tied up. To the other side, Nystrom. He shook off Semenko, and Anderson gets it out to Howard. He knocked it into the corner. Messier, he's a beautiful skater, get in there. Now up to the line. Semenko clearing it for Messier. On the move against Billy Smith. To the other side it goes. Nystrom takes his time. Merrick is dashing down. Lost it at center. Now inside the line. Coffey. Up it goes. Messier clearing it in. Smith knocked it away. He had words with Anderson, number 9. Anderson going in with Hagman. There's Lorimer. The Oilers not getting very many good scoring opportunities, and they need goals to get back into contention. 13 minutes and 40 seconds, the time remaining in this, the 3rd period. There's a pass to Carroll. Getting it back to Gillies to Carroll. Carroll is swung around. Cleared it around the net. In there goes Marini. He has a goal tonight, a promising youngster. Big. Now behind the net. Hicks playing it up to the point. Pierce on a good move. Steps in along the boards to Gillies. Lovely intercepted a pass. He left it there. Now it's returned to Lovely on the right wing. He hits the line. Clearing it into the corner. Pearson is there. Got it to the other side. Hicks rolled it back in there. Here's Lovelace centering it, and the Islanders wheel away into the center ice area. Carroll clearing it in, and the big winger, Gillies, roaming in there, takes his man out of the play. Puck is grabbed off by Marini. Back it goes. They score! Langevin took the shot, but that hit somebody or something.
Well, I'll bet on Clark Gillies on this replay, Mick.
Just what we were talking about. Big Gillies down in the corner using that body to take the Edmonton players out of the play. Watch Trottier on this play in the middle of the ice surface. He just redirects the puck right there. That's his forte. Around the front of the net. He's just looking for that low shot coming from the point. Good job by the point man, too, keeping that puck on the ice, because you can't deflect those shots that are 3 and 4 feet in the air. There it is right there, the deflection by Trottier. And of course, a good example for the youngsters out there. When you're in front of that net, keep the stick on the ice.
And it is not accidental that they position themselves and are able to deflect it. Remember this morning, Sutter stayed there for 15 minutes deflecting shots from Langevin.
Exactly, Danny. Something they practice all the time.
Did I lose my bet? Was it Trottier or Gillies?
Looked like Trottier's to me.
Islanders' goal is 7th of the playoffs.
Trottier, 7th
Number
goal.
19, Brian Trottier.
Trottier gets the goal.
The assist to number 26, Dave Langevin. And number 29, Hector Marini.
Marini and Langevin getting the assist.
7:15.
7:15.
Trottier is 7th from
Gretzky
Langevin and
clearing it
Marini
in for
at
Callaghan.
7:15.
Here's Bossy. That was deflected by Gretzky now into the center ice area. Here's Trottier digging hard against Fogelin. Into the corner they go, and they get a stoppage in play. Face off to the left of Edwards. The Oilers headman the puck. McEwen was on it. It's delivered back by Lorimer. Over to Howard. He played it in there. Some of this crowd, a number of them, a couple of hundred, I suppose, of the over 15,000 crowd beginning to wend their way toward the exits. I suppose they figure the issue is no longer in doubt. There's a weak shot to the short side. 7-1. The Oilers centering that puck. It's off a stick. The Islanders. Howard ahead for Nystrom. Broken up by Coffey. Here's Messier in over the line with Anderson. Anderson is tied up by Merrick. And there's a penalty coming up for interference against Merrick.
New York's Wayne Merrick in the penalty box. Interference, the call at 8:51.
No question about this call, Dick. Anderson charging through, trying to get into the open to take the pass from Messier, and the Islander player just hauled him down from behind.
It is Gretzky, Callaghan, Siltanen, Curry, and Hagman. So we have 4 forwards for the Oilers. Not often on the power play in this series have they gone for the 4 forwards. Often they've been using the 2 defensemen as the point men. But the situation is a desperate one for the Oilers. They're down by 6 goals. Up on the left side. Callaghan couldn't get it. It's back into the center ice area. Now into Edmonton territory. Siltanen up on the left side. Pass back through center. Falling is Curry. It's picked up. In comes Carroll. Carroll digging hard. Laying it on the boards for Goring. And the Islanders have possession. They are killing off valuable seconds. It's down to 1 minute and 12 seconds, the penalty to Merrick. And there has not been a shot on goal so far by Edmonton. They're going to try it again. Stepping in on the right side. Gretzky couldn't get by Langevin. Now Bourne over the line. Callaghan stepping back to organize with a Hagman and Siltanen. Siltanen takes it down on the wing, rolled it into the corner, digging from the other side. Gretzky couldn't get it against Trottier. A splendid indication of how to kill a penalty is being given here by the New York Islanders. They're doing a magnificent job. Now Edmonton trying it again on the right side. They can't get anywhere. Langevin, you have a forwards coming back there, the defenseman standing up, breaking it up. Now in on the right side. Coffey is over the line. There's a pass to the other side, a shot, and it goes off a leg. Here's Gretzky getting set, he centered it, and it's off another leg. 10 seconds. Left in the penalty. There's Carroll. Over it goes. to Goring. Goring dropping it back. Potvin shooting it. Rebound. They score! Potvin!
That's a short-handed goal, right, Danny? Short-handed. 1 second left in the penalty to Merrick.
Well, the Islanders just never stopped going on the offense. There you see the high flip by Potvin. Took the original shot after the drop pass by Goring, but he kept right on going and got his own rebound. The save there by Edwards, and bingo. The rebound right up over the shoulder of Edwards. Ever dangerous, the New York Islanders, even short-handed.
Well, the Canadians scored 6 times in Edmonton in 3 games.
That's his second of the game.
And here the Islanders are with 9-10 left, third period, and they have scored 8. But it's one of those nights.
The assist to number 91, Butch Goring, and number 25, Billy Carroll. Time of the goal, 10:50.
10:50.
Potvin, second of the game, and
Potvin,
playoffs.
Carroll, and Goring assisted.
Short-handed goal at 10:50.
And that came with 1 second remaining in the Merrick penalty. But up to that point, as we mentioned, the Islanders were doing a masterful job of killing off the penalty. So they are now leading 8-1. Up on the left side, here's Weir in over the line for the Oilers. Can't get very far against Lorimer. It's off the body. Back into Edmonton territory. Siltanen leaving it there for Weir. Weir up on the wing. Lumley back to Siltanen. Siltanen takes his time, lugs it to the line. There's the shot wide by 3 or 4 feet. In on the boards. Gillies clearing it to the line and out. And back in, and it's called on the offside. And there's quite an exodus of fans now, Mickey Redmond.
Take a look at what's happening elsewhere. The Blues now lead the Rangers 4-2. Federico, Sutter, Chapman, and Crombie, the overtime heroes, scoring. With Nethery having 2 for the New York. Minnesota ahead of the Sabres now in Buffalo 3-2. Palmer, McAdam, and Payne in his hee-haw in the playoffs for the North Star. Savard and Lindy Ruff doing the scoring for Buffalo. And 4-0, Philadelphia leading Calgary. 2 goals for Paul Holmgren, singles for Barber and Murray for the Flyers.
There's Lowe whipping it in off the boards. Lumley missed it. Clark Gillies clearing it down. Lowe laying it up on the left side. 100 bodies with Carroll over on the far side. Vogelin forced back and then knocked it into the center ice area. Here's Clark Gillies losing it to Lumley, and Gillies recovered. Stepping in on the right side. Weir, there it is right in front. Down is Smith. Lumley trying to get the shot.
Hockey Night in Canada will continue in just a moment.
LaRiviere takes the shot. Now from the side of the net, LaRiviere will bring it. They score! Beautiful setup to the short side. And it's Hagman. LaRiviere very prominent in the initiation of that play. Hagman getting the goal.
Oh, that makes it an 8-2 hockey game.
Well, the importance of face-offs here, Dick. The Edmonton Oilers won the face-off deep in the Islanders zone, and next thing you know, it was back to the point, into the corner, and in front of the net, and bingo, it's an 8-2 game. I think, you know, it's not going to do much now with only 7:33 left, but I would think for the Oilers' confidence level, it's got to help them, and they can try to get a few more here before the end of this third period, going into the morning night's hockey game.
Goal is second of the playoffs.
Cutting in on the left side. Great glove grab by Smith on Anderson. That was a booming shot there, headed for the far side.
We'll have a look at it. Anderson really letting it rip. Billy Smith, there was a kind of a tip off the defenseman's stick, and he really fired the glove up there to get it. But, you know, Dick, this year the Islanders are probably giving up more goals than they have in a few years.
Right.
I know Billy Smith, I saw him in an interview a couple of weeks ago, very concerned about that, and I saw him sort of shake his head there. But the Oilers just scored one and then another good scoring chance, so you never know when they're going to start giving up goals either.
7 minutes and 20 seconds. That's the time remaining in regulation time, and with the score 8-2, it's highly unlikely, Mickey Redmond, that we'll be back into this booth for overtime tonight.
I think you're right, Danny.
I'm a gambling man. Do you think I should gamble?
Bet on it.
Now here's Howard shooting it off the corner boards. Merrick takes a look, centering it. Merrick again into the corner. Laid back by Howard. in front of the Edmonton goal. And Coffey gets it up to Messier. Messier turns to the other side. Now he's forced back. Messier rolling it in. Gretzky is off the bench. So is Curry and Callaghan. Langevin playing it along the boards. Gretzky going after it. Finally, the Islanders, Howard, rolled it back into Edmonton territory. That is icing against New York.
Well, I won my bet. They have changed that 7th New York goal from Trottier to Gillies.
Yeah, I probably could have told you that, Dick, because I haven't had anything right since the playoffs started yet.
And Danny, you continue to amaze us with your background of knowledge. We sent our entire research staff to work, and we found out that, yes, Bob Bourne did play baseball for Houston. The Covington, Virginia farm team. One summer hit .257. Maybe that's why he's playing hockey for a living.
Yes, they were not potent batting averages by either Gillies or Bourne.
Well, I don't know, Danny, if the Houston Astros would miss him, but I know the New York Islanders would miss both those fellas.
Well, I tell you, the way the Houston Astros hit in the National League, they could use a .250 hitter. They got the pitching. And what pitching they have. Let's get back to hockey. Now it's Dennis Potvin head-manning the puck to Trottier into the center ice area. Here's Bossy. Bossy breaking in on goal. One hand on the stick. Edwards got his leg up there and stopped it. Gretzky with Callaghan at the line. Now the Islanders. Potvin laying it ahead. Carroll couldn't negotiate contact. He carries on. Carroll playing behind the net, trying to center it. Kennelly getting it back to Potvin. There's the shot of deflection by Carroll. They got 6-goal lead and they're still hungry. They're coming back in again. Now they have to go back because it would have been offside. Hockey players love goals, but the appetite is insatiable in the playoffs. They can never get enough. There's always something special about getting a Stanley Cup goal. Now Curry getting it ahead to Gretzky. There's a good pass. Callaghan couldn't pick it up cleanly. It'll be icing here. Morrow shooting it down the ice. And that brings us to less than 5 minutes to go in the third period.
Live from the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Your Blackhawks are the 2010 Stanley Cup champion. Call now or log on to shop.nhl.com to get the official locker room hat and t-shirt worn during their post-game celebration. These collector's items are available to fit every size. You can also get the DVD celebrating their...
Right on the button. 3 minutes remaining. Langevin cleared it down. This could be icing. And that brings us to 2 minutes and 53 seconds. The crowd, of course, very, very quiet. There's no competitive aspect of the game now with the score 8-2. And a man who is very, very happy, Al Arbour. He's well liked, isn't he, Mickey Redmond?
Certainly is, Danny. Al Arbour, of course, did a great job here at Long Island. Good defenseman in his day. Played for the St. Louis Blues. Loved to block shots. And he started this hockey club on its way to the Stanley Cup last year with stressing defensive hockey. And all of a sudden, bingo, they're scoring all kinds of goals all over the place.
With his success, I suppose soon coaching will lose its attractiveness, and he'll want to become a general manager. Now there's Lowe chopping it in. It's knocked down by Morrow. Mary laying it ahead on the left side. Howard ran into Fogelin. Lowe laying it into the center ice area. Curry along with Gretzky and Callaghan. Callaghan goes to the other side against Kennelly, and the play is stopped.
If time permits, at the end of our broadcast of the game here in Long Island, we'll switch to the Spectrum in Philadelphia to catch you up on the latest there. At last report, the Flyers leading the Calgary Flames 4-0. Craig Ramsey got the third goal for Buffalo that tied the game. The Sabres and the North Stars now 3-3 and into overtime in the game in Buffalo.
Face off to the right of Smith. The Riviere playing up along with Coffey. The Islanders with Morrow. Into the corner to Potvin, up gently to the line to Howitt. Back goes Coffey to the line. He lost it. Now cutting in there is Stanley, rolling it down in front. And Edwards came up with an excellent play because that setup, Tonelli, was going right to Merrick, and he had the open side of the net, had the puck gone to him. But Edwards darted up that stick. Now there's a mix-up between Longley and Howitt. Coming down is Tonelli. Over the line. He goes to the corner. Longley has to contend with Merrick and Coffey from the corner. Longley. The Oilers. Long shot by Longley. Potvin. Getting it out to Carroll. Back to Potvin. Potvin working in over the line. It's loose. Carroll couldn't get it. Edmonton coming down. Semenko with Guri. There's the long shot. Unger following up on the play. Gillies in on